My mom just texted me and she sent me this thing, and it's like Japan just issued its first ever mega earthquake warning. I guess there was two earthquakes that are leading up to what's going to be like a mega earthquake is what they're calling it.
For the first time in history, Japan has issued a warning of a megaquake expected to strike in the near future. The warning was issued last night following the 7.1 magnitude earthquake that struck off the southern islands of Kyushu, triggering tsunami warnings.
So I guess people are being told to prepare for an 8 to 9 magnitude earthquake to strike on Japan's coast, which is so scary. And it's crazy that we just got back from Japan and they do have a serious problem with earthquakes. I remember we lived in, like, they called it the towers. So it's a very, very tall apartment. It's 9 stories. And we first lived on the 8th floor and then we moved because there's really bad issues with mold over there too because of the humidity. And so a lot of our stuff got mold on it. And so we had to move towers and we moved to the 5th floor. And the earthquakes would wake us up in the middle of the night. So we would wake up and the whole building would be shaking. And I'm not talking about like a little bit of shaking. I'm talking about like the building is swaying back and forth. It's terrifying. And you wake up and you're like, I would pray to God, like, please God, don't let this building fall down. All the time I'd be praying over my building, and it was scary. Like, you feel it, especially when you're that high up in those towers. Like the whole ground shakes. It's enough to wake you up in the middle of the night. I would say like at least once a month I would be like woken up out of my sleep, like the whole room shaking because of an earthquake. And that is insane. Anyways, I am just like praying for Japan. I'm praying that everyone is safe and that they don't get an 8 to 9 magnitude earthquake and that there's no damage or anything like that, and just praying that everybody is safe. God, Lord Jesus, protect Japan. I'm not sure like what the average severity or magnitude of the earthquakes that Japan is like used to experiencing is, but I just looked it up and it said that every year Japan gets at least one earthquake that's a 7.0 magnitude. And it also said that Japan experiences 1/10 of the world's earthquakes, and that when you have an earthquake that's like an 8 to 9 magnitude, it can cause like tsunamis and just like serious, serious damage. So I just hope everyone is safe and everyone evacuates when they need to evacuate, and that, you know, no serious damage is caused. And I have such a love for Japan because I just spent 2 years there. And so stay safe, Japan.